Joined now by the club president of North Mississauga, Trevor Bertrand, one of the newest OPDL license holders here today. First off, congratulations. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about your decision to enter into OPDL, as well as your League One team, who happened to win the L1 Cup yesterday. But first, OPDL, tell us a little bit about what went into your decision to first put a package together to enter in to the process of becoming an OPDL team.
Firstly, when the OSA came out, the plan for player development, the OPDL was announced, we as a club thought maybe it's best we wait so all the kinks could be worked out before we just jumped in. I personally believe it was a very wise decision to do so. I think it's the correct pathway for the players in moving forward. And you mentioned League One. To support these players coming through the system, I think it's also important that these players have an outlet when they come back from universities, and the League One is that outlet for them. Keep them active and maybe get a good look at the national team.
So you have on one end of the spectrum OPDL, high performance, and now on the other end of the spectrum, your women's team within League One. Just talk about that as a philosophy for your club and what that will mean to your members and your players.
The first thing with the OPDL that caused a lot of concern for many of the clubs with licenses, and we looked at that very closely, was the fees. And I'm a strong advocate for the middle income or low income to give these kids also that opportunity to play at that level. Most of these parents, they came back. We did a little survey internally, and they couldn't afford it because the price going around at that time was something like $5,000. We've ciphered through this, and we know for a fact that we shouldn't be charging our players more than $2,800. I believe strongly that throughout 2 seasons, the winter and the summer season, most teams do pay close to that in that region. The philosophy is to give the players an outlet and to develop them. At the younger age groups, we're going to strongly advocate to our club that they go down and play in the futsal league to develop the 1v1s, dribbling technique, which I think it's weak in most clubs that I've seen. We dribble, but the dribbling, I mean, attacking the defense and put him under immediate pressure. So we are trying to restructure North Miss. We are patterning ourselves on the professional club. We're an amateur club, but we're looking at their standards, the way they develop players, and try to pattern ourselves to something of that nature.
And as the league expands further out, the fee begins to sort of restructure and reduce itself. But in regards to OPDL and your franchise and this announcement here today, if you could just speak a little bit more about what you see in OPDL, because it's a different league. It is a competitive league, but it is also a collaborative league. Can you just speak a little bit of what that means for your organization, as well as being part of an organization such as that?
Well, the OPDL is the way to go. We know that the OYSL, which is what most clubs looked toward playing, is on the phase out. It was vitally important to us that we come in at this time. So I guess we started with the U13s and we progressed through it. We have also hired a consultant to work on a high performance program for us. And he has most recently submitted his recommendations, which we have a little technical committee which we're going to review and basically plot the direction. What we do have, and I did this 2 years ago, we have a 5-year plan, and this OPDL all falls in line with this.
So can you elaborate a little bit more on that 5-year plan and sort of what you're hoping to get out of what the consultant has told you a little bit?
Yeah, the 5-year plan is to, first of all, we're looking at getting as many players as possible scholarships so their education could be paid for by playing a game, that sport that they love. Additionally, we have the League One to keep them active as they come back. We're trying to promote the League One for players who have played for the North Miss for a number of years, instead of just accepting players just coming from outside of our club. And hopefully that should work. I want to say that also we, as a club, we may be one of the first clubs. We got a surprise call from West Ham United in England, and from the general manager who contacted us. And so far, we have received 2 installments of a payment called a solidarity payment for Doneil Henry, who was a member of our club up to the age of 16 before he went to TFC. So all these things that are falling into place now, we hope we can benefit the club, because whatever we got was unexpected revenue, and it's good.
That's something that we haven't really seen Canadian local clubs, smaller clubs do, not smaller in the sense that they're not professional clubs, receive money for players such as Doneil Henry, who came through your system. And that's something that's just sort of becoming, it's becoming a little bit more aware, that people here understand that you're able to receive those types of things. How will that funding help your program with other development opportunities for players down the road?
Yeah, okay, it's this payment, or the funds that we receive, it's coming in 3 installments. We've received 2 of them thus far. We want to put it back into development. It's because of development and the development of this player, so the money is going to go back. We are also planning to use it to assist players with scholarships within the club, whereby every year we could select maybe 1 or 2 athletes, female and male, and give them some type of bursary to help them with the education.
It's been Trevor Bertrand, Club President of North Mississauga, the newest OPDL license holder. Trevor, once again, congratulations, and thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you kindly for having me.